Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a reading that this was requested by a fan actually, and she was really respectful. She sent me an email about how she knows how I work and how I feel about shippings and this way of associating people that work together as if they are a couple in real life. You know that I usually don't do those kinds of readings, but she was like, I would like to know how they are doing, like towards each other, but not in a romantically way, or I mean, in the sense that with a lot of respect, whatever the cards have to say about these two, about their connection, is going to be appreciated. So I thought it was like a really interesting to read since I haven't read for Chang, and I think that for her, I believe I read for these two before, but I do not remember exactly. But I think that it would be an interesting reading to see. So let's do this. I placed their in the picture. You will see their names because I have trouble like remembering hers in particular. Not so much I will, but this is why they are on the screen. So I place him on the left and I place her on the right. So let's see what the cards have to say about this. Tabu, he got the Hangman, the Five of Pentacles, and the Empress. So I think that about these two, about Teo's perception of her or how he feels or thinks about her, I think that he definitely feels a bit restricted in their connection. I mean, like, there's something about him in this time in his life, probably feeling a bit insecure or a bit like as if he is tied up, literally, as if he cannot communicate properly, or everything he does, it seems like it comes out the wrong way, or it's a bit awkward. Like he is in a bit of awkwardness when it comes to this connection. Like, I think that even though he is a very handsome guy, he's a very popular guy, he has a lot of positive attributes to his persona. He is somehow not so confident. I mean, at least in this connection or in this interaction that he has with her, somehow it feels like he loses this confidence. Or I don't think that he loses it. I think that for him, somehow, I don't know, maybe he would like to do things or he would like to communicate or being perceived by her in a different light, and somehow he cannot. I don't know. There's something about him being like, okay, this is the position I am in right now, and I think I will not move on from this. So I don't know if he fears rejection or if he fears as if he's not good enough. But then we have the Empress. So definitely, Tawu, he knows he is very abundant, that he's beautiful, that he is the representation of beauty and class and good manners, and really someone that he's very prosperous in his career and in his endeavors. But somehow when it comes to his connection with her, there's something about him feeling small or feeling like he's not good enough. So, and he feels awkward around her. I don't know why. I don't know. I know they work together on True Beauty, but does anyone know if they had kept seeing each other? I mean, uh, has they been seen somewhere else, like hanging out or something? Because it seems like he is a bit hopeless about this connection, as if he tried to somehow make this relationship or this connection work in the past, but he was left out in the cold, or he was um like put on hold, like oh yes but no, something like that. He got a very like ambiguous kind of answer, or I don't know. I feel like he feels a bit um uncomfortable, like maybe it could be being shipped with her. Like there's something about that he feels a bit uncomfortable. He feels a bit like, this is not what I want. And here with the Empress, I think that he is slowly is going to get his power back, his shining back. Probably, I don't know if he's working um on a new project, but it seems that he's going to focus on work in the future. I think that this is going to also make him feel a bit more like proud of himself, and a bit like, I think that he's a guy that he needs to be busy, because otherwise if he is like, if he doesn't have something to do, he gets really like worried, or he starts like doubting himself a lot, or his value, he starts like, oh, um like, what if people forget about me, so he is a guy that actually, I think that the definition of success for him is to keep working. Like, I don't think that um actually there's no cards of feelings here, none from his side nor from her side. There's just, so probably this was like a co-star or co-worker kind of relationship, because I think that, but the atmosphere, it seems like it's a bit weird. Like, there's like, um I wouldn't be able to say like, oh, they are just co-workers or they are just acquaintances to each other. I think that there's a bond here, but it's not clear. And what actually, like, is interesting is that somehow he feels a bit ashamed of something. So I don't know if he made a fool of himself in the past by, I don't know, like making a move or something like that, but he seems to be ashamed. Like when you are like, oh, I don't want to be here, something like that. So I think that once he starts working again, and he starts like being um like prosperous, and because he's a very ambitious guy, he's very focused, honestly, on his career. Like, I think that he doesn't mind dating rumors as long as they fit his popularity, and that they help the show. um I think that he's very concentrated in growing his himself, and his opportunities. I don't see much romance here, but definitely something happened from his perspective, because he got the hangman. So even though probably he's moving on, he's, I don't know, working with other people, somehow he's still like, probably he had fun with her, or they still communicate, and they have this very like very friendly, and very, they are fond of each other. So let's see her side. She got the Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, and the Temperance. So I think that from her side, she also, since she got these two knights, I think that probably she doesn't feel the need to stay still, or the need to be on pause like him. I think that she doesn't feel awkward around him. Actually, she's very like spontaneous when it comes to the way she approaches him. She actually, I think that she considers him like a friend, because there's these pentacles here. So I think that their relationship had been like something that, for in her perspective, she will keep working on that bond. So if they hang out, even though I don't know if, I don't, does True Beauty have like a second season? I don't know about that, but it's like she will put the effort in the connection. It's not like, oh, I'm done working with you, I don't know who you are. I think that they she will continue. She's very patient. It's like, okay, we will meet or we will see each other when you have time. Like, I'm not in a rush. But definitely for her, probably she is the one that takes the initiative, because we also have the Knight of Swords. So probably she's very communicative with him. She sends him messages, or she talks to him, she initiates the conversations. And I think that she does it in a very playful way, like a sort of like trying to provoke him, in a sense of being very witty, trying to sound smart, like she's very intelligent. She's a very intelligent person. And I think that she values communication the most. And it's like, I think that probably she's also very good at cheering people up, because if I compare his side to her side, I think that honestly she is in a more stable moment in her life. Probably she's very comfortable in her skin with her accomplishments, where in the case of Chaewu, I think that he had gone through periods of feeling not so lucky, not so appreciated. So he's slowly walking away from this feeling. He's slowly recovering confidence. But I think that he was in a very uh, dark period when it comes to questioning a lot of things about his career or his career decisions. And I think that she probably, by talking to him or answering him, she was like this sort of like savior, like, okay, do you want to talk about it? I'm here for you. We can talk about it. And she, since she got the Knight of Swords, I think that her words, her communication somehow help him change his perspective or his point of view of certain things, because she also has the Temperance. So the Temperance is like this very peaceful, healing kind of influence. She somehow like teaches him very valuable lessons, in the sense that she shares with him what she knows, and she helps him find a balance. I think that sometimes he is a very reactive kind of guy. Probably he goes through periods where he is at his highest, where he feels so excited and so motivated, and then he goes through periods where he is not actually like very comfortable in himself, and he tends to be a bit negative towards his person. But in this sense, I think that her main role in his life is to be this sort of like to cheer him up. I think that it's about messages, because I don't see like physical encounter. More like, oh, okay, we talk, we exchange ideas, we make each other feel better. So I don't know if they had been like apart from each other. Like, I don't know if has she been like traveling elsewhere. um but the communication is there from her part. I see that it's her, the one that initiates the communication, and that she tries to bring out the best of him. Because it seems like she knows that he has these moments, these periods where he is very on the introvert side, and that he doesn't want to be bothered, he doesn't want to talk to anyone. And she's like, no, you're going to talk to me, because I'm going to send you a lot of text or call you until you get my answer. But I think that for her it's all about, I think that she's a very emotional person. She has different sides. She's very mature, she's very realistic, but she's also like an initiator. And when she cares about someone, she doesn't mind to take the first step. She's like, okay, you want me to defend you, you want me to do something for you, I'm here for you. And I think that for her it's also about finding the right balance. I think that there's something also about these two nights here that somehow their energies are so different between the Knight of Pentacles and being slow, being steady, and being patient, and the Knight of Swords being all over the place and very, very straightforward and very fast, you know. I think that the Temperance here is like that she needs to allow things to default, to unfold between them naturally. That I think that she also is understanding that, okay, maybe I need to let this connection be whatever it is at the moment, and to, if he needs to be left alone, or if he needs to be by himself, or if he doesn't want to talk to me, or if he doesn't have time, I will understand, and I will, like, back down a bit, like slow down in the communication. But it's all about, making each other feel good. Here there's no like rivalry, nor like, actually they like each other, they appreciate each other. But I think that for her is like, I feel like her energy is a bit wild, like a bit wilder than him. She's a bit more straightforward, and he is a bit like that. For, it's not easy to be Taiwo. I think that this is what his energy is letting me know, because he has the two of them have different major arcana. She got the Temperance, that is about the inside, the energies, your energy, trying to find temperance inside of you, like you are, she is in this period. And for him, it's all about, making things grow, making projects grow, and also using his beauty and his attributes to somehow keep producing. There's something about him, like he needs the money. I don't know how, because the Five of Pentacles is about poverty. So somehow there's a side of him that he fears the lack of opportunity, or he fears that, I don't know, to not get the projects that he wants. He wants to grow, he wants to expand, he wants to create more. But probably the last months or years had been very low in opportunities for him, so he was worried. But he will slowly get out of this mentality, because he had the Empress, so definitely a lot of prosperity coming his way. But I think that there's something about his finances that he's very tied to. His identity and his self-esteem is very tied to how much he earns, or how much he can produce or earn from. So yeah, I think that from her side it's very different, because she's like a wild spirit, she has another vision of life. But for Chao Wu, like he always has to maintain his eyes on the ball, because somehow, there's a lot of competition around him. So it's hard to be him, actually. And then the relationship as an overall, we got the Emperor, the Six of Swords, and the High Priestess. So probably, yes, they're very comfortable around each other. I think that both of them, they know what they are to each other, and they are very proud of that. I think that these two individuals in particular, they have very strong presence. So I think that is not the typical co-stars, or two famous people that, oh, one of them needs of the other. I think that both of them are very valuable people. But I say this from the perspective of what I'm seeing in the cards, not for the work that they do or the role that they play. I'm talking about them as people. I think that she is an amazing woman, and in the case of him, he's also he has a lot of potential. It's just that I think that for them, since they are in the public image, sometimes emotions and dreams and what they need emotionally is something that they put in the back of their minds, because it's not easy for them to achieve this, because they have to always be ready for the next role, for the next opportunity. So they are going to do great in their endeavors. But I think that probably if the relationship will keep growing, but since we have the high priestess here, there's a sense of like, okay, we are going to keep this a secret. So I don't know, and they are going to be very insistent on this. I think that they had talked about this. They are very serious about this, about them having control over their interactions or over their how they feel about each other. I think that this is something that they have the need to protect. Like, I don't know why, but is it possible that they had met or they had traveled together somewhere? Because we have the Six of Swords here. So, but yeah, I think that they may had met or run into each other like when while they were overseas. But also remember that the Six of Swords is a card that also for me it talks about traveling, but also it can talk about the how fast news travel, on the media, on the internet. um, and there's this very strong desire to actually be a secret. I think that it will, if people want to know the nature of the relationship, it's not going to be possible. It's like you're going to get hints, but I don't think it's going to be that romantic as you think. Because um, seeing the emperor here, I feel like there's other people's interests in here. People, very powerful people, having interest in, and also it can be the public's perception or the public's insistence on trying to impose like certain their favorite ship or their favorite duo. Here is like, okay, you are like wanting to expose this, but at the same time with the high priestess here, it's like you will never get to the truth. You can do edits, you can get a lot of like quote unquote information or like interpretations, but I think that the nature of the relationship will remain a secret and a mystery. So yeah, this is what I'm getting. But I definitely sense that the audience is very fixated on these two. It's like they want this bond to be carried like to another level that is not going to turn out that way. Actually, I think that they probably, it will come to a moment where this ship will disappear, because literally we can see people in the ship like living in the Six of Swords. uh, but they will live to the anonymatus, so it's not to say that, oh, they are or they are not together, but probably because they will move on to another projects and also like have another co-stars or another like collaborations. They will remain a mystery. And yes, this is all what the cards have to say about this. So yes, guys, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.